What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Shattered Veil Easter egg, and yes, you can do it solo. Now, the goblins that you're going to want to bring are going to be Phoenix Up, Power Keg, Arsenal Accelerant, Stock Options, and Shields Up. The first step is you want to make your way to the backside of the mansion to the elevator, and then once you do that, then you're going to get another orange star to the left side of the mansion, and it's going to be a fuse up this ladder. Take out the zombie, pick up the fuse. The second part's going to be on the opposite side of the mansion, and it's going to be this server. Shoot the server, pick up the circuit, make your way to the backside of the elevator once again, and repair the elevator. Once you repair the elevator, interact with the elevator keypad on the left side. A bunch of zombies will be released. Take out the zombies, and then interact with the keypad once again. The elevator will shoot down, straight down the shaft, and then go down to ascend. Now, once you go down the elevator shaft, if you follow the orange stars and go back up the stairs, you'll find Pack-a-Punch right here. You have unlocked it now. Now, if you're making your way back up towards the elevator, you'll find this gum machine. If you move over here to the right side, inside this box will be a lamp. Go ahead and pick it up. Now, once you pick up the lamp, go to the Juggernaut, and on the right side of the wall, you'll find a placement for the lamp. Now, once you place down the lamp, interact with it, and you'll start doing Simon Says. Just copy the lights 3 different times, and then you have opened this secret door. Don't worry about this secret door. We'll come back to this later. Now, we're going to pick up 2 different reflectors around the map. You go to the right side of Quick Revive inside this fountain, you'll find one of the reflectors. Now, if you make your way up inside the mansion, right behind PhD, you'll find the second reflector in this water fountain as well. These reflectors will be used later on for the Easter egg. Now, make your way through the library and you'll find the SWAT wall buy. On the ground to the right side on the shelf, you'll find a bell. There are 2 other locations on the right or on the left side of the wall buy. Just spam the interact button and shoot the glass, and then you'll eventually pick up the bell. This bell will be used later on in the Easter egg. Now, the next item that we're going to have to grab is going to be an essence bomb. It's going to be inside these wooden crates scattered across the map. Just look on the ground. They're really easy to spot. They're not super hard to miss. Just break enough, and then eventually the essence bomb will drop out of the one. We're going to use this essence bomb down inside the tunnel over here to the right side to open this up. We're going to cut back to this room later on. Now, I'm going to show you how to unlock the RAYGUN Mark II for completely free. First thing you need to do is get down where Samantha is and wait till round 10. A technician zombie will spawn in. Go ahead and take out the lab technician and pick up the floppy disk that he drops. Now, once you pick up the floppy disk, make your way to the right side of the map. Inside the mansion, you'll find this computer in the corner right here. Interact with it, and then it'll spawn in a bunch of vermin. Take out the vermin, and then the printer on the left side will print out a piece of paper. Interact with it, and then in the top left, you'll find one word that's all caps and it's 4 letters. Go ahead and write down what that word is. In my game, my word was moth. Now, once you got your code word, go to the PhD room, and on the right side of PhD, you'll find this chalkboard. Find the first letter of your code word, and you're going to count how many letters are over in that section. And then you're going to find your second letter, going to count how many letters are there. And then you're going to find your third letter, count how many letters. And then you're going to find your 4th letter, and you're going to count how many letters. Once you got that, you have your 4-digit code. You're going to head down into the basement. Once here, you're going to find the double gas that's behind the glass. Put in your code, and you can only put this code in once per round. So if you get the wrong number, then you're going to have to end the round and put the code in once again. Once you take out the gobble gas, go ahead and pick up the arm that falls on the ground. Head into the armory, and on the wall, you'll find the RAYGUN Mark II. Place a hand on the keypad, and then you can go ahead and pick up your free ray gun. Now, once you got the RAYGUN Mark II, we can start doing the upgrading process. The first step is to pick up 3 different empty canisters around the map. The first canister that we're going to be picking up is inside one of these blue giant rocks. You're going to shoot it, and then it's going to drop it on the ground. You can only break these with the RAYGUN Mark II. There are 4 different locations, and here they are. The first one's going to be to the left side over here inside the barn. The second one's going to be located inside the mansion over here by PhD to the left. The third one's going to be located to the right side of the mansion up here on the ceiling right there. And then the 4th and final one's going to be located down in the basement over here underneath the tunnel right there. Now, for the second canister, you're going to have to get a Casimir. You can find a free one on the ground right here in this zombie's hand inside the broken tunnel. If you're making your way behind, double tap inside the zombie barrier, you're going to throw a Casimir on the ground, and it's going to suck up the canister. Once the Casimir goes away, you can pick up the second empty canister. Now, make your way into the Pack-a-Punch room, and you'll find this canister inside this chamber. You're going to look on the left side of the chamber, and you'll find a PNG, either an A or B. You're going to make your way inside this room, and on the left side where the double gas used to be outside, you'll find this gas pipe. You're going to throw your tomahawk at the red wheel right there to release the gas into the middle. And then you're going to throw your tomahawk once again at the red wheel that corresponds to your PNG that's on the left side of the chamber. Once the gas is released on the red wheel, and it's only on that specific PNG, the gas will be filled up inside the chamber. You're going to get a Molotov and throw it at the chamber, and it's going to catch on fire, and you have picked up your last 3rd final canister. Now, we're going to do the yellow upgrade for the RAYGUN Mark II. The first step is to find these spores and shoot them with the regular RAYGUN Mark II, and then pick up the seed that they drop on the ground. I'll show you a few locations around the map right now. The first and second location is going to be on the left side of this bridge at spawn, going underneath the bridge over here to the left side as well. The third location is going to be located over here to the right side in front of the mansion to the left of the crafting bench. The 4th location is going to be located on the left side of the entrance of the mansion. The 5th location is going to be located located in the mansion over here to the left side before you get to PhD. These 6 locations could be located down these stairs behind double tap over here in this corner. And the 7th and final locations could be located up this ramp to the right side on the ground near Spicola. A few things I need you to know about the seeds is that they are time-based. They are not round-based. So if you shoot them and destroy them with a regular weapon, don't worry. They'll respawn back in. Just check those locations. And you only need 4 of them in total. You don't need any more than 4. Now, once you get 4 seeds, you're going to make your way inside the greenhouse. And over here, you'll find a place to put the canister that you picked up earlier. Place the empty canister. And then on the back side of the canister, you'll find this little greenhouse, little container. You're going to place your seed down inside of it and defend against the zombies. Once the seed is fully grown and it looks like one of the spores, you're going to drop down over here to the left side. You'll find another container. Place the another seed inside that container. Defend it until it fully grows. Now for the third container, if you go up the stairs, you'll find the third one right there. Place the seed in it, let it fully grow, and then drop down and go outside the door right here. To immediately to your left, you'll find the 4th and final location. Place the seed inside of it, let it grow, and then go back up top to pick up your canister. Now if you take that canister to the workbench that's at spawn, you can upgrade your ray gun Mark II to the yellow ray gun. Now you're going to make your way in front of Spicola and you'll find another place to place down a canister. Place it inside this device and then an abomination will spawn down at the bottom of the stairs. You're going to need the abomination to shock these 3 different stones around the area, and then you're going to have him charge and run at the rocks to make them float into the sky. Once you get all 3 of them shocked and floating in the sky, then a lockdown will happen. Take out the vermin protecting the circle in the middle. Now once you defended it long enough, you go back up the stairs and pick up your canister. If you head inside the basement over here in front of the armory, you can upgrade into the blue ray gun Mark II. Now for the third and final upgrade for the ray gun Mark II, you're going to head down the tunnel that we blew open earlier with the Essen bomb, and then here you're going to place down the mirror right here to the left, and then straight across you're going to place down the other mirror that we picked up earlier right here. Once you do this, you're going to place your canister inside this device right here, and then a beam is going to shine. You're going to want the beam to rotate and land on one of the doppelgaster's statues, and they're going to want to melee the crystal, and a pulse is going to shoot out and then land on the statue. Once it lands on the statue, it'll make a doppelgast come alive, take it out, and then you're going to have to do it to the other 2 statues. This is how you get the light to land on the next statue. Go ahead and pick up the second mirror that you placed down earlier, and then go up this ramp over here to the right side. You're going to find another place to place down the mirror, and you're going to go ahead and rotate it 1 time to face the other statue. Then you're going to melee the crystal, take out the doppelgast, and then you're going to drop back down, and then you're going to melee the very first mirror. It's going to land on the 3rd and final statue for the doppelgast. Go ahead and take him out. One thing to note is you cannot take out the doppelgast outside of this cave area. If you do, it will bug out the step and you will not be able to pick up the canister. But once you take out all 3 doppelgasts, go ahead and go back to the canister that you placed down. Now you can go to Richthofen's room and find the crafting bench in here to upgrade your ray gun to the purple one. Now for the next step of the Easter egg, you're going to have to go pick up the yellow ray gun. Once you get the yellow ray gun, go ahead and head into the library and interact with this server right beside this painting. Once you interact with this server, you must take out all the zombies nearby to fill up the painting. Once you fill up the painting will reveal a secret room. Go ahead and hop inside the secret room and then leave the room. Now go back to the director's room and pick up the purple ray gun and then head to the elevator. You'll find another painting, interact with the server, and then fill up this soul box once again to release the painting. Once the painting is released, go ahead and hop inside and then hop back out. Now go back down below and go pick up the blue ray gun Mark II. Go to the Juggernaut into that secret room we opened earlier. Go down the stairs and you'll find another painting. Interact with the server and fill up the soul box once again with the blue ray gun. Once the painting is revealed, make sure you hop inside of it and hop back out of it. Now you're going to place turn on your weapon and go to the 2nd floor of the mansion. You'll find the bar over here in this corner. Place the bell on the counter and then turn a zombie. Once you turn the zombie, ring the bell, and then the zombie is going to climb over the counter. Once the zombie climbs over the counter, it's going to hand you a flask. Go ahead and pick up the flask off the counter. Now head inside the blue painting and to the right side, you'll find a stone pedestal. Place down the flask and then it'll do a lockdown. Go ahead and finish the lockdown by taking out the HVT, and then you go ahead and pick up the Sentinel artifact. Note that you cannot start this lockdown unless you have the specific color ray gun in your hand. It will not allow it to happen. Now you're going to want to go pick up the purple ray gun and then go inside the purple painting. On the edge of the table over here, you're going to pick up this elixir. You're going to head into the wine cellar over here to the left, interact with this chalice. Once you interact with the chalice, take out the disciple that spawns in. Now you're going to want to head to spawn over here to this stone bench and interact with this chalice and take out the disciple that spawns in. Now you want to go ahead and head to the 2nd floor of the mansion in front of where the T-Rex is on this bench right here. And you're going to interact with this chalice and take out the other disciple. Once you take out all 3 disciples, go ahead and go into the elevator room, and on the left side, right side, and the back side of the elevator, you'll find 3 different locations with 3 different numbers. From left to right, you're going to write down all 3 numbers. You're going to head to the right side of depth perception and you're going to find the vault over here. You're going to interact with the vault and put in the code from left to right of the elevator. Once you put in the codes, you're going to pick up the ritual item. Head inside the purple painting once again and place it on top of the stone. Do the lockdown, take out the HVT, and then pick up the Sentinel artifact. Note, once again, you cannot start this lockdown unless you have the purple ray gun in your hand. Now for the next step of the Easter egg, go ahead and pick up the yellow ray gun. Now we're going to have to pick up 3 different items around the map while we're in Ether Shroud or a couple seconds after Ether Shroud turns off. It's going to be a nuclear ID badge, it's going to be be a ledger, and then it's going to be an audio log. I'm going to show you all 6 locations for each of these items right now. The first location is going to be located on this desk to the left side of the bar. The second location is dropping down to the right side of the T-Rex in this fireplace. The third location is going to be to the right side of the T-Rex all the way up to the 3rd floor on this desk right here. The 4th location is going to be located on top of this couch right in front of the yellow painting. The 5th location is going to be located over here to the left on top of this desk after you leave the yellow painting room. And then the 6th and final location is going to be located in this fireplace to the left of the elevator. Now, if you go in front of the yellow painting, you'll find 3 white books. Now, all you got to do is interact with them in the right sequence, and then the bookshelf will appear to the left side and give you the last ritual item that you need. The book combination is really easy to figure out because there's only 3 of them. Just interact with one. If it turns blue, that's the first one. If you interact with the second one and then they both go back to white, then that's not the second one. Just interact with the first one again, and then interact with the other one that you didn't interact with, and then interact with the last one, and then you have solved the sequence. It's really simple and easy. You get it done within like 10 seconds. But once you pick up the ritual item, head inside the yellow painting and place down your ritual item on the stone pedestal. Once again, this lockdown won't start unless you have the yellow ray gun inside your hand. And then go ahead and take out the HVT that spawns in, and then pick up the sentinel artifact. Now, once you pick up the sentinel artifact, you can go into the boss fight. I highly recommend bringing in the ray gun SMG, and then I highly recommend bringing in the GS45 Pack-a-Punch 2 legendary status. Don't forget to grab your perks, gobblegums, and a chopper gunner plus a self-revive before you go into this boss fight. But once you're ready, you're going to place the sentinel artifact in front of Sophia, and then you're going to be taken to a cutscene. Once the cutscene's over, the boss fight has begun. The boss fight is pretty self-explanatory. All you got to do is shoot the giant T-Rex. Shoot his eyes for critical damage, or shoot the sides of him if the gas zombies jump on him. That does a lot of extra damage to him. Just bring him down about quarter HP. He'll jump on top of the mountain. He'll do a zombie lockdown, and then he'll jump right back down. Just continue dumping damage into him. Once it becomes halfway, he'll jump back up on top of the cliff, and then he'll eventually come back down once the lockdown is finished with the zombies. During the boss fight, you could also use Ether Shroud to hide yourself from the zombie T-Rex and also the zombies. Also, another thing to keep in mind, around the boss arena, he'll spit acid circles around the ground that will slow you down and slightly do damage to you, so look out for those. And once the boss fight gets to the halfway point, do not stand anywhere near the T-Rex and use the big giant rocks to your advantage, because now he's fast enough that he can catch up to you and attack you. But once you do enough damage to the T-Rex, you have completed the Shattered Veil Easter egg. Don't forget to drop a like and a follow, and I'll catch you guys in the next Easter egg guide for BO6. Peace!